Good news, everyone. I got a new Alpha card, came in the mail, and I want to thank everyone who viewed the first video, the 4 of you that subscribed. You know, big things always start small, and even if this doesn't get big, I really enjoy sharing my love of TCGs, in particular Magic, with you all, and thank you for the support and watching, and I appreciate those that made comments. I did look at the last group of cards through a jeweler's loop after the video and saw the red L, looks good, looks legitimate. So I think it's pretty good. I really appreciate those comments and feedback that everyone gave. Also, the theme for today is going to be don't let your dreams be memes. And what I mean by that is the algorithm is always watching us. And so when I posted my video about posted the video with the 4 Alpha cards that I initially bought. Oh, my name on it, that's nice. Didn't have that personal touch last time. They must remember me from my first order. The name on the video that I had before, it showed me lots of, Rudy, which I've seen before, and others, and it kind of made me realize how far behind I am in the collecting game. I was recommended like Alpha Hoarders and other people. And, what I'm doing is very small fries compared to what they are doing. I mean, they're showing off, multiple Black Lotuses, full sets, things like that. And yeah, I'm opening common and uncommon cards. So I just want to say, there's no shame in other people's success, no shame in other people doing well. That shouldn't hold you back from doing what you love and what you enjoy doing. And, the best way I think to go through life is to be honest with yourself. The truth is, if I had applied myself more in my 20s, if I would have worked harder, I could be a little bit closer to a situation like Rudy or those other big Magic investors. So that's on me. I didn't apply myself as much in the 20s as I probably should. I'm getting started later, but I'm having fun and I'm enjoying it and I'm enjoying sharing it with you. So I only got 1 card today, this time showing you how it came up in the package, at least, so that you can see how I've been delivered these things here in Taobao. This is also off of Taobao. One of the same store members as before. I don't remember which one, if he's the one with the gloom. Got some free basic lands. What do we got? Oh, they sent me English cards this time. Last time it was Chinese. Another forest, another forest, another forest, and more basic lands. All right. Well, that was just a filler to protect this card. Stream of Life. Common, supposed to be from Alpha. Target player gains X life. Now, for those of you that have been playing Magic later, I think we forget that it's easy to forget what you go through when you first start playing Magic or first start anything, really. And I think most players, especially if you started at a young age, middle school age, you probably made a mistake early on thinking that gaining life was actually a good strategy. Hey, gaining life, how could that be bad? When, it's not really working towards your goal, which kind of fits the theme of what I'm talking about. Work towards your goal. Don't get distracted by what other people are doing. Don't get distracted by people trying to deal damage to you. Just try to deal damage to them. Now, this is supposed to be an Alpha Stream of Life. There's little nicks. They got the SP. They do it a little bit differently in China. Instead of like heavily played or lightly played, they have the SP, which I think it's slightly played or something like that is what they kind of mean by it. It's just a little different. Obviously got some wicks in there, some nicks there. Not that big of a deal though. And, for those of you that are watching, maybe family or friends, don't really get this Magic sort of thing. One thing I'll tell you, this is a common card. It was a common whenever it released in Alpha. And you might be thinking, why would you spend money on a common card? It's in the word, it's common. But the first set of Alpha had lots of, I don't know if I can see that. First set of Alpha was not printed very much. So even common cards are very rare. I think 11,000 total printed. What I'm looking for here is, so Alpha cards have a special border to them. If you compare them to a normal card, every set afterwards, as you can see, there's a little extra on the ends of it. They were cut differently than all the others. So you could compare to make sure it's Alpha and not Beta, which was the second set, by holding it up against a previous card. And if you can see the other card, you're good. However, you know, people do cut the cards, and I'm not accusing the seller who sent me of cutting the card, but you can cut, some people try to cut the ends of the cards to make Beta, the second set, which is still valuable, but not nearly as valuable as Alpha, to look like Alpha cards. And the thing is, when Alpha cards were cut, it like slightly bent the card while it was cut in whatever industrial machine they were using. There's better experts that can answer that than me. And you should be able to see on the light a little indentation on the corners, like it kind of comes in, but I don't know if I have the right lighting for this to be able to see it. Honestly, I'm having a little trouble seeing it on the camera. You probably are too. I'm gonna have to look a little bit closer off camera to be able to say for sure. I think I see the lip on at least one of the corners. If you see it on one, then it's there for all of them. But Alpha Stream of Life, only 11,000 copies ever printed, so it's pretty good condition. Or I'm sorry, it's pretty rare, even as a common. You know, the pretty off-centered. That's probably why I was able to get this one really off-centered. And you know, my goal is just to complete an Alpha set. I don't really care how off-centered the cards are, if they're near mint or cut up. I just like the hobby of collecting. I want to do it. I don't have my weight with me, and don't have an extra flashlight with me. I do have the jeweler's loupe, which I'll try to use a little bit later to look a little bit closer. But from what I can tell, feels good. Feels like a proper magic card. If they did reback it, then they chose a bad reback because there's some surface damage there. So this is not going to be, you know, slightly played or mildly played or whatever. That's true. It's definitely not anywhere near mint, but I'm very happy. I love it. So again, thank you everyone who watches and contributes. I really appreciate it, following me on this journey. Hope you enjoy it, getting to see what it's like purchasing old cards while in China. And yeah, again, don't let your dreams be memes. See you next time.